Welcome back to Founders in the Field, the show where we go behind the scenes with agency leaders, consultants, and creative founders to show you how they're building, scaling, and staying sane in the trenches. I'm your host, Stefan Bradley, and today's guest is Jehanazib Azam, who is a marketing consultant. How are you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great, Stephen. Firstly, it's a pleasure to meet you and and thank you for having me on your show. How are things over there? How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Appreciate you coming on. And let's dive straight in. For
Okay.
people who don't know your story, take us right back to the start of your journey. What made you get into the industry? And give us an overview of what your role looks like today.
All right. So currently, I've decided to shift my career to become a full-time marketing consultant. And before this, my last position was the chief marketing officer, or you can also call the chief marketing and sales officer, because I was taking care of both the divisions all alone. And it's been 9 years that I'm in this industry. I have mostly served the North American market. And talking about the particular industry that I've worked with is custom software developers, mobile application developer companies. We call them software houses as well. Other than that, I have generated leads for digital marketing agencies in the past. I have the hands-on experience working on performance marketing, SEO, social media marketing, advertising, brand management, and all about that. So you can say that I'm the caveman. I've been doing it when the internet had just started. I'm too ancient for all these things. You can say that. So yeah, that's my introduction. Other than this, I've got the how to say that opportunity to be featured on multiple podcasts related to the marketing activities, marketing strategies, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's about it.
So what have you seen the difference over the years that you've been working, in digital marketing and for tech companies? What changes have you seen in how people do their marketing now and how they generate leads and things like that to what it was before?
Okay, things have changed drastically. Like 9 years, as I told you, that's a lot. So back in time, it was like, for example, if I talk about social media marketing alone, some simple organic pages were giving us really nice traffic, nice impressions, and businesses were earning good money out of that. Then suddenly this advertising thing came into play, and we had to incorporate those activities as well to start spending money in ads, and one of the few things that have really changed the market before bringing in the AI into the play. I'm talking about in when YouTube started working fantastically, and all the blogging thing and all that. So our consumers, even though we are in the tech field, have got a lot of education of what they are building. For example, if we see product like application development or software development or website development, when I talk to a customer, most of the times what happens is that he himself or she herself has given a shot on first developing that thing. And when they get stuck at some place, then only they contact a particular business owner, a consultant. Okay, now I need help. Like you guys help me develop this particular product or idea, which means she's having enough education, or he is having enough information on the internet available, that he is getting the base work done all by him or herself. So that is one thing. The customer awareness is amazing. Customers are now more aware, more educated. They are trying things hands on. And now with the AI thing, I can really see a lot of things have transformed. For example, I would say that a guy like me, I can now create amazing graphics, make amazing videos all by myself. I can create amazing strategies. I can put my strategies on AI and cross check if I'm making sense or not. Let me give you an example of another thing with the AI. Recently, I was working for the social media marketing campaign for a California-based lawyer. He was looking to target a Spanish-speaking audience. I do not know how to speak Spanish. All the advertising campaign was generated using AI language and all that. And we provided him leads for we spent approximately $3,000 a month and generated good quality leads for them. So that's how the market is changing with the new technology. A non-technical person can also do a lot of new things. Business owners are now more educated, more practical. They are contact a company when they are stuck at a point where they need an expert who can guide them, who cannot sell them anything, who is here to help them, who can educate them. So I feel that these are the few points that I would like to highlight at this stage. In 2026, 2025, AI is really changing the game.
No, definitely it's accelerating and it's opening a lot more doors for people to, expand and to do things on their own. So would you say sometimes you have sort of like SaaS founders that are sort of created like an application or, a business through a site or some sort of SaaS product, and then they'll get hold of you when they're sort of halfway through the build to help them build it, or is it or is it more like once they've got it, then they get in contact with you to help market that?
Exactly. Uh, See, mostly I have worked as a marketing person in a software house. So most of my clients are the people who have created a product. So I'm associated with a particular company, and their product they have developed a product like a SaaS or an ERP. Let's say any custom ERP or any finance management software or any POS software kind of thing. They have created that thing. Once that product is made, most of the times those founders and co-founders contact me to promote to bring customers to those platforms, to those products, to those services. So yeah, so it's an integration of both basically. So that's also one of the ways we upsell and cross sell our marketing services to our SaaS and ERP clients. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, no, definitely that makes sense. So, what trends are you seeing in the market?
In 2026, we all know it's AI. Back in 2022, back in 2022, it was Web3, blockchain, and 2023, bang, AI. Like I'm not hearing Web3 from any other person right now. All I can hear is AI is doing that. Now, as I just mentioned earlier, a guy like me is creating amazing graphics, amazing video. The production has become way, way, way easier. If it is becoming easier for an individual like me, I'm 100% sure for small business owners that contribute to the most and the biggest part of the economy, be it any country, be it's the first world country or the third world country. Small business owners, they run the economy, so they do not need to hire a lot of graphic designers, animators, editors, and social media marketers to run the show, or to at least start the show, and very easily. They have all the assets and tools available. They can get started. Like if I have an idea and I want to promote that thing, I can get started on my own by just simply creating those graphics, promoting it creating ads around them, promoting them. Another trend that I have seen as a marketer, all of the tools that I use to promote, that I use daily, like be it Google Ads, Facebook Ads. Earlier, back in 2015 and 16, when we used to run ads, it was mostly about the correct keyword type, the correct keyword match type, and all that. Now it's more about the intent of the person who's searching those for those services. So all these social media platforms and the search networks, they are following the intent of the consumer. More than the keyword or more than the term and all that, and same similar patterns can be seen in SEO nowadays. So earlier it was SEO, now we have AEO as well. So things are changing every day. Every 6 months, you see that what you were creating 6 months ago is now irrelevant. So in our field, we have to educate ourselves continuously. Following AI is something which I can say is something which is changing everything in 2026.
How do you think that's going to affect marketing in general? Like when people, like you said, they're running ads on Meta ads and Google ads, these things, they're becoming easier to target because it's not about, necessarily how you set the ad up as much. I mean, it's about the intent. How do you foresee that sort of hindering or not hindering the marketing sector? Because people are then thinking it's a lot easier for them to do it themselves as opposed to hiring a marketing team.
Agreed. See, as a business owner, your first priority is to manage your business. You would never, I can trim my beard, but if I would really appreciate an expert to do it, because I don't want to ruin my face, or I don't want to waste my time in all this thing. Firstly, it is the hassle-free experience that you want to have. If you are an expert lawyer, you do not have time to manage a particular social media page or run ads around it
Right.
and monitor it daily. That is one of the challenges that as a business owner you face. And other than this, there comes, see, as I said, AI is some AI. I For me, or for the business owner, I feel is something which is a smart assistant, but not a problem solver. As of now, you can use it to generate a base level campaign, but when it comes to testing, when it comes to challenging, when it comes to audience segmentation and all those difficult pixel integration, retargeting a particular audience, or creating a perfect pricing strategy or communication strategy, at the end of the day, you need somebody behind the laptop, behind the screen, to keep monitoring those metrics, and based upon those metrics and those trends, make the changes in your campaign, in your communication strategy, in your branding strategy. Day by day, your competitors are coming in, they are coming in with different pricing offers. So AI is helping you, you take it as a good assistant, but at the end of the day, you will need a human to solve the problem in the longer run. If you need us, if you are here to run a campaign only, like you're planning to run boost a post for 30 days, you can do it on your own using an AI. But if you want to create a brand around a particular service, whether you want to open a salon or you want to sell a shirt or you want to sell any technology solution or something, if you want to be the leader of the market, you will need a team, you will need experts to help you out. Because marketing, at the end of the day, digital is the channel of communication. What you communicate and what value do you create for your customer, you will need subject expert for that. That's what I
Hmm.
feel.
Hmm. No, I agree with you. I think one of my guests before said, AI is a tool, and depending on what expertise you have, you'll be able to use that tool differently to someone else who has different expertise. So
Yeah.
it's like he said, not everybody that owns a cricket bat should play for Australia. So it's like, like if you're a plumber
Yeah.
and you use AI, you're going to be able to draw out of it things from you because you have a specific knowledge base, as opposed to somebody who's a marketing, experienced marketer. They're going to be able to pull out things from AI that are different to the next expertise. So it is just a tool that sort of enhances your own knowledge.
Yeah. And take it this way. I was only thinking, see, if any see human beings, as human beings, we are always very fearful. We are always afraid of new technology. I'm sure when the first calculator was invented, all the accountants must be thinking, oh God, we are gone now. So it doesn't work this way. It doesn't work this way. The world doesn't go this way. So I'm pretty sure people who are going to be relying on AI tools only, and it's not going to be taking away any person's job. It's only gonna evolve the new job roles and would add more speed and efficiency. But no one is losing his or her job because of AI. I'm sure about that. That's
Mm.
not. And if anyone is losing the job, then the business owners will start also losing the job. What if I start having AI to produce electricity for me or do all the daily tasks for me, like cleaning my house and all that? So why would I hire a maid for that? AI is doing everything for me. It's definitely there is it is something that's going to be assist humans in enhancing the efficiency and productivity and all that, but it's not going to be eliminating the intelligence of a real human being. We are more complicated than AI. We are more intelligent than AI. So
Mhm.
I'm positive. I'm all positive about the technologies.
No, yeah, no, I hope you're right. I don't really want to foresee, robots cleaning the house and things like that and doing the dishes and stuff like
So,
that. But you
yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
Jay, what is working well and where do you feel slight friction in your role?
Okay. One of the frictions that I face, most of the people that I work with are the software houses or the digital marketing agencies I've worked with. Anybody with the computer or the internet connection, now they want to sell everything that can be sold on the internet or that can be sold by using a lab. What are the challenges that I face is that I'm missing a true entrepreneur these days. Back in times, people used to have vision. They wanted to have a problem, and they earlier they used to observe that a problem is rising in the market and we are going to solve that problem, and while solving that problem we will create more customers, we will generate more revenue, and we'll create a brand around that thing. That part is missing now. One of the challenges that I face is people are mostly like investors, putting their money on the internet, hire a team, and then they want to spend the money in the ads and they want to make it like 2x, 3x, 4x. See, I'm a marketeer. I'm not a I'm not a mutual fund manager. I'm not going to tell you that buy these stocks or buy these shares and your wealth is going to multiply. I'm somebody who's going to scale your vision. I'm somebody who's going. If you are solving a problem in the market and you're solving the problem of 5 or 3 people at a particular price point, you will hire a marketeer and you will say, I will need 10 other people like these
Mm.
customers. I want more customers. I want more leads. I want more brand awareness. I want to see what my competitors are doing. I want to learn more about my go-to-market strategy. So these are the problems that I can solve as a marketer. So meeting a perfect entrepreneur or a good entrepreneur who is here to solve any problem, be it's related to technology or innovation or environment, that part is seriously lacking. Everyone is here to make wealth. All they want to do is that I'm going to create a landing page and I'm going to run an ad and I'm going to. No, it's not going to work this way. You will have to be in the market and you will have to face all the dark days and all the bright days. And then you will create a team. You will have to trust. It's a long process.
Mm.
Choose any industry or any business. The entrepreneurs are seriously missing. All we have is investors.
No, definitely. I feel like, there's a right way to do it and then there's an easy way to do it. And the easy way normally doesn't bear as much fruit.
Yeah. And one of the problem is that nowadays the barrier to how would I say that there are less barrier to entry in the
Mm.
market. So earlier, when I did my graduation back in 2015, it was a graduation or academic education was a mandatory thing, and then having that much exposure and that much experience was a mandatory thing back in then. Now people see one or two videos and they start claiming as the ad expert or the YouTube expert and all that. So it becomes very challenging when it comes to scale that thing strategically. What if my competitors are doing the mostly they throw yourself into the price wars. They fail to generate the correct value for your customer. If my competitor is selling a particular thing at $1,000, I'm going to start selling that same service for $500. So the next competitor is going to sell for $200. So how low can you go? At the end of the day, you would have to create a value for your customer, solve their problems, and don't sell them anything. Educate them. When they know that you are the subject expert, they will come to you and they will talk to you and they will say, okay, now you are the subject expert. We want you to help us. Just like we go to any healthcare expert, any surgeon. We will never take our babies to or our father or mother to a freelancer to to operate my mother. She's having an heart issue. Okay, a freelancer is going to fix the heart. No, it's not going to work this way. At the end of the day, but why do we do with our brands such experiments? These are a few challenges that we have in the market right now.
Oh, definitely. I feel like what you said then about like the doctor or the nurse sort of analogy, diagnosing problems is about asking questions because you don't know what you've got is going to actually solve anything for them until you start asking the questions to actually get what's happening in their business before you even, which is partly educating them, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Educating them on what they should do as
Yeah.
opposed to you just saying this one size fits all is what you need.
Yeah, and price wars is not going to take you anywhere. That's for sure. You'll go to Mercedes showroom or you'll go to BMW's showroom. They're going to say, okay, this is the price of our car, and we
Mm,
are not going to get into that price war because we are providing you that value. When you
mm.
we are providing you that experience. So same is the case with any other service provider here. Once you will go to a professional, a seasoned marketer, these are the expect that he will come for a strategic solution and not for a temporary, how would I say, a hack, something like,
Mm.
or a gig that way.
So Jay, walk me through, your client acquisition process that you do for your clients.
For me, it's mostly LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a B2B strong network that really helped me organically. Just like we
Mhm.
connected on LinkedIn and we are having this discussion. Similarly, most of my clients they get in touch with me through LinkedIn. They discover me. They are most of the time they are mostly if anybody's looking for a marketing solution. If you're a business owner and you're looking for a solution based marketing development or anything, the first thing usually you do you either go to Google and search for it or you type on your LinkedIn page or profile
Mm.
that you're looking for an expert and all that. So
Mm.
that's one of the process organically. Other than that, performance marketing, paid ads, getting the attention of the right audience, business owners. I'm somebody who prefer talking to business owners and decision makers only. Reason being, I feel I can say things that a business owner will relate more than somebody who is not a business owner who is working for a business owner. So I prefer talking to that person directly so that I can tell him more about the long-term value that I can create for him or her business than giving those short-term hacks and all that. So these are a few channels. Talking about the brand communication part, the channel that I use, I've told you, social media, LinkedIn, and paid marketing, and they really help me generate leads. Talking about the communication part, I believe I'm the subject expert now after spending this much year into this thing. So I try not to sell myself to any business owner. What I do, I talk to them. I try and understand where exactly they are stuck when it comes to that marketing particular challenge. I try to give them the bird eye view of their competitors' pricing strategy, of their industry, and give them a quick review of their website, of their online presence, of their online, reputation and everything, and what are the improvements they can make as a brand. Firstly, that part, and once the brand part is fixed, then I take them to the advertising part because even if I'm making them run ads in the day one, I know even if the traffic will come to their website or their landing page or to their social media handle, when they'll see that the brand is not looking authentic or the person is not looking authentic, the traffic will bounce away and they
Mhm.
will lose all that money. So, firstly, it is really important to make them look presentable and
Mhm.
make them appear as the subject expert of their particular service or their niche and then we take them to the advertising part. That's how I help them.
But that's the right way as well, because you've got to do it in order, in correct order, because like you said, then there's no point having your ads. You could be scaling your ads could be the best ads ever, but if where they're going through the funnel is not hitting for them to be able to convert, then it's just a waste of money and time, do you know what I mean, for everybody. So I completely agree with you there. So Jay, my last question is, where do you want to be in terms of business in the next 12 to 18 months?
I really want to have it. I want to, in the next 12 and 18 months, to be really honest, I want to have 10 or 12 or 10 to 15. That's it. Good clients where I can, pay some nice attention to their brands or to their reputation and help them with my marketing consultation, how I can generate leads for them, how I can generate brand awareness for them and all that. So I don't want to become a marketing agency because there are a lot of marketing agencies. Right now it's time that I want to focus on the personal branding part because I have spent almost a decade in this field, and I've worked on almost all the marketing platforms available on the internet these days. So I come with the nice experience, nice education, nice expertise. I've seen all the good days, all the bad days, and I want to use that experience to help business owners. And I want to work with them personally, and don't want to get into that delegation business where I'm opening an agency and I'm launching an agency and having my team to do all that stuff for them. I personally want to get into touch with a very handful of the clients right now at this stage and primarily focus on their goals that way.
How do you plan on getting to said goal of 15 clients? Like, is there like a strategy that you've got that's gonna get you in front of more people to actually land the clients?
Yes. One of the, as I told you that, I have the subject expertise, and lead generation is something that I've been doing for the other businesses. So those tactics are the same that I'm going to be using for myself now. I've been helping all digital marketing agencies in the past using the performance marketing, paid as organic marketing and all that. And I've given them good business over those years. So now it's time that I should, jump into the ocean, and I should start bringing in using those same tested methods, tested marketing channels, and tested marketing communication ways to bring in more leads. But this time, where I will be directly communicating to the business owners and giving solutions right away without having that middleman thing. The business owner can get directly in touch with me, and I can get directly in touch with the business owner. And that's about it.
Perfect. Well, Jay, thank you so much for coming on. I've really enjoyed this chat. Really enjoyed learning about your business and all the people that you work with. If people are watching this and they want to reach out to you, how can they do that? Best practice to do that?
Well, I do not have any website, neither I think that I will be having in the future or something. My LinkedIn is the best way to reach me out because I feel my profile works best for me there. You can learn more about me over there. All you need to do is to go to linkedin.com, type my name, Jehanzaib space Azam, Azam, Jehanazib Azam. And there you can have my profile. You can directly reach out to my inbox, or, if things start working for both of us, then we can hope on to a video call or a phone call or something, or, we can start solving the problem from there.
Like, there we go, everybody. Please hit Jay up on LinkedIn if you're looking to, work with him. And then that's the best way to get hold of him. And everybody, please like, comment, subscribe the video, send it to a friend, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much, Jay.
Thank you, Stephen. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.